Alright, before I get into this tutorial on how to make a working Molotov cocktail in Minecraft, I just want to go and list a few disclaimers. First of which being that it will make a potion effect unusable. So basically what this means is that anytime, well, you can choose a potion effect, any kind of potion effect. It could be speed, it could be slowness, it could be luck, it could be whatever. But what I did here is, the way I made it is that you have to assign a potion effect to the command so that it knows what to test for to set you on fire. So I chose bad luck, which is one that doesn't appear in normal gameplay in any circumstances. So I just felt like that would be the most fitting. Luck also works as another potion effect that doesn't appear in normal gameplay, unless you're using creative mode, obviously. Next thing I want to talk about is my mic quality. It's probably not the best, but that's a smaller thing. And then another thing, probably the more important thing of these three, is that it doesn't seem to work on players. And I've tried to get it to work on players, and I haven't succeeded in that, because I don't think there's a modifiable NBT tag to set players on fire. If there is, then whoops, but from what I found, I couldn't find anything to get that to work. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this though. So right here is the command to give you the potion itself. And so you can give yourself the splash potion, and then here we have a bracket, and then this first NBT right here, HideFlags 127, this is just to make sure that all the flags are hidden on the item, which basically means that you won't see the fact that it's an unluck potion. Like if I hover over this, you can't see that it says, oh, this gives you bad luck for 20 or so seconds, or whatever I listed it as. It just hides that, so it makes it seem more seamless, I guess. But yeah, HideFlags 27 there, and then next thing is CustomPotionEffects. So here is I have ID 27. ID 27 is bad luck. I could switch it to 1, and that would make it to where it would work on. It would do swiftness instead. But that's obviously one that appears in gameplay, and that could be still useful to people. So that's not the one that I chose. And duration here. And then the last thing in this bracket here is the particles, which I have turned off, because if you were to throw it out, some of the particles would come out as like gray, and it would be kind of weird and wouldn't fit with just the look. And then here is the potion color as well. I chose this one. You can choose really anything. And then over here is the name. I'm gonna leave this on screen for a second. But if you look, I have the name Flare Bomb here, and then I have italic and false. So normally when you rename an item to something it's not meant to be, like if I were to just take one of these and I were to get an anvil, if I rename it by just like removing a character, for example, it now has italics. It's all like the text is all slanted. Whereas if you look at this is all straight up. So that is what that is for. That bit at the end there. Ooh, wrong thing. So, just, obviously if you don't want it to be straight up like a normal item, you can always remove this part and then it would function perfectly fine. Anyway, coming over here, this is the command. This is repeating and it's always active. This is the command that will target any entity that has bad luck, and then will apply the fire NBT tag, which will set them on fire, So there's that. So again, obviously this probably isn't the most effective way of doing this, but this is just what I came up with. Anyway, it's the reason it's repeating and always active is because it's constantly detecting for random entities that have the effect. Again, obviously this is probably not the best way of doing it, but if you look, it will detect one entity, one random entity that has ID 27, which is bad luck, and then it will just change an NBT tag on them that gives them this, which just basically sets them on fire. So there's how that works. This is an optional step here, this next one, this next command block. This one is just to add the particle effect that you see when we use this. I haven't actually used it in the video, so I'm going to go ahead and spawn some of these guys and just test it out. Or maybe I did test it in this video and I completely forgot, but this is here, and you can see all these little flame particles popping up. And if you want those, then you can just paste what's in this command block, again, repeating and always active. Yeah. But yeah, this is basically just detecting for what has the effect, and then it is running a command that makes a flame particle at that entity, and then how far away it spreads, the speed, and you know, that. So, or sorry, what am I saying? Oh, the count. This is the count of how many are being done at once. And the reason it's only one instead of, like, I don't know, 20 or something, because if I were to set it to 20, or I'm going to set it to like 10 just for performance, we could spawn some more. This is a lot more. So I just have that set to only one particle because otherwise it's a lot. It's a bit too much, I think. But obviously you can change it to whatever you want, whatever fits your needs. And then over here, this is just a command to clear the unlucky effect from yourself, because if I were to hit myself with this, this would give me bad luck, and it doesn't work on players, so there's no point in even having this in the first place, taking up space in your inventory, so I just had a command block to remove it. But this is also optional. And one final thing is, obviously this is a pretty cool weapon, and you can use it on a lot of mobs, but some can't take damage from it, like wither skeletons, the wither, and like ghasts and zombified piglins and things like that that are resistant to fire. So obviously we can throw it on them and it'll still make the particle effect, but it's not going to actually set him on fire because, well, I mean, he can't take fire damage. So just keep that in mind. I hope this was helpful, and I hope that people are going to get to use this, and it'll end up pretty cool. If you end up putting this in your own worlds and, you know, using it and messing around with it, let me know, because I'm excited to hear about it, because I just thought this was a really cool thing. Yeah, see ya.